What's up, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and today we're doing a deep dive into progression within the world of Anthem. This is for early 2020. This is of patch 1.6, and we'll be sure to update this as more content for the game rolls out over the course of this year. Now, there's been a lot of questions asked of me of how do you progress, what should you be doing, where should you be spending your Guardian tokens, how do you get these beautiful, beautiful legendaries that are so coveted. And so in this guide, I really hope to take you from beginner to at least intermediate. I don't want to throw too many like GM3 concepts at you. Really want to focus in on everything up to maybe GM2 in this guide. So hopefully if that's what you're looking for, be sure to stick around and let me know if you have any questions, or if maybe I misstate something in the comments below. Let me know if I need to issue a correction. You can also hit us up over on Twitter and our Discord as well. Links are all in the description. And if you feel like I've earned your subscription, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you feel like it's worth it and you really like this video, be sure to hit that like button, but maybe stick around for the whole video. You don't need to do it right away. Make sure that it is at least earned. So progression in Anthem, how is it working? What should you be doing? Well, if you're a new player, if you just jumped in this game with some of the sales, or you're checking it out via EA Access and you're wondering really where to go, obviously the main story is where it all begins and takes place. However, around level 25, you're going to run into maybe just kind of a little bit of a slowdown or a roadblock. Really, progression starts at level 30. That's where everything goes in terms of your gear score. Now, if you're looking at my screen, my gear score is in the upper right-hand corner, and here I am on a storm at 884. You can see I still have a few pieces of legendaries that I have yet to fill, but what's important to note is that I've been able to really get these legendaries over the last week. I've been just farming up multiple things, and that's really what I'm going to hopefully take you through my process, and hopefully it's of value to you. So once you hit level 25, you're actually going to hit some form of basically roadblock. It's going to slow down and it's going to kind of throw you in for a loop. Typically, you can actually finish the story before hitting level 30. But here's where things are going to get fun. You're going to have a couple currencies that you're going to be farming up, and you're also going to want to save and sit on those currencies. The other thing I want to tell you right now is, hands down, even though you've unlocked all your javelins, pick one and stick to it. After you've tried them all out, pick one and stick to it. The nice thing is that your level, your XP, is all tied to just your pilot. As far as your javelins go, the drops are going to be what feed that progression. And so it's just better, at least in my opinion, that you focus in on one. And then once you've reached whatever your goal is for that, then move over to others. Otherwise, you might find yourself always somewhat below what you're trying to get to. And that's GM3, which is going to have the best chance for loot and more. But that's just going to be where it's at. That's going to be my first real big major tip. Now from here, you got a couple of things, and we'll talk about currencies just in a little bit. Under the seasonal, this is going to be a weekly change right now with Icetide. This is going to give you both your seasonal currency, which can unlock both gear and legendaries, and that's really important. The nice thing about this is that as you're farming this, you're getting, those currencies and that XP to get you to level 30, getting you over your first gap. From level 30, this is where gearing up is going to be really apparent. And for this, I'm going to actually direct you to your challenges, both your Season of Icetide and your Path of Glory. If you take a look at your daily challenges, and especially what is completed, you're going to want to look for anything that rewards you with these Guardian tokens. It's kind of the yellow Lego there. Those Guardian tokens can be turned in for legendaries as well, but you want to sit on those. You do not want to be using those until you're level 30, because then what you want to do is you want to jump into free play at Grandmaster 3 difficulty once you're 30. Now, note that you're going to be just fine. You've already unlocked the Tomb of the Legionaries, and that's all you're really going in here for. You're going to go into the tombs, and you're going to select them, and you're going to fast travel to them, and then you're going to go shopping, essentially. Each tomb is going to offer you something different, while at the same time giving you different ways to pay for it. So when you load into GM3, just pull up your map. You'll see the various tombs of the Legionaries on your map, and you can just easily fast travel to any one of those. So I'm just going to pick on our Athena, and I'm going to travel there first. When you're in any of the tombs, you're actually going to see the different colors. This is going to represent basically the cost of currency. So if I go up to the tomb and I hold down my Y button, basically making an offering, it's going to tell me what I get for turning in 1 Guardian token, 100 Masterwork Embers, 200 weapon parts, and 150 chimeric alloy, as well as showing you your currency. Plus, it's going to tell you what I get. So this is going to be one legendary weapon usable for my current javelin. Now, I don't have the tombs, so it's going to say insufficient funds. I can still go over to the other currencies. It's going to be the same legendary weapon, but you can see that it's going to use different currencies, so that way you have a lot of options. So here I go, and I've got my new legendary weapon. If I go ahead and just end free play at this point, I'll be good to go. And the reason you want to go into GM3 is it's going to give you the opportunity for better rolls. At least that's everything that we've been told. So if I'm wrong on that, please just let me know. And just as a reminder, I got this by just doing my daily challenges. Just pay attention to whatever's going to reward you with those Guardian tokens so you can go shopping. And you can see here that I got an Unending Battle, a legendary machine pistol, and I don't have one of these, so this is just adding to my collection. Now, the other thing you want to do, especially as a new player, is make sure you continue on your agent quests. Those are these nice little yellow contracts here that you can see, as well as your agent quest right there. You want to focus in on those because as you progress, you're eventually going to unlock these purple legendary contracts. These you get, and if you do them, it counts obviously as your challenges, but every doing them is going to have a guaranteed masterwork along with whatever else drops. So as you're farming up legendary materials, as you're farming up seasonal currency, if you kind of make it just a natural habit to go in and make sure you get these knocked out, you're going to start feeding yourself guaranteed masterworks as well, which is going to further increase your power score, which is going to increase the overall chance for really good things for you to drop as well. So just kind of make sure you don't forget about this, especially if you do not have any really good guaranteed gear. But to do that, you need to make sure you're doing your agent missions and also the contracts out there. So just keep that in mind. That's also, again, it all feeds itself. It's kind of this, your challenge log. It's going to put you into free play. It's going to put you into the strongholds and more. And lastly, because you're farming up those minor crystals, this is where you're going to want to go check out. This has got obviously the gear, in which that I've already decided to get that, but you can focus in on the various different javelins you're leveling, as well as a weapon and just components. So be sure to play around with all of the system. This is just trying to maximize your time. From there, you get to come in here and you get to play around with all the weapons and things that you've earned. You can see that these new legendaries that I've got are at power level 80. Some will have a power level of 75. And that's just going to be how your total score is leveraged. So as you start to fill in these spots, that's kind of then where this starts to go into the GM3 category. And that's in really hunting and focusing. The RNG system is going to sometimes feel like it works against you. When I go look at my weapons, when I go look at my melee, I get this Searing Blast and I get the Lightning Surge like all the time. Thankfully, I'm just breaking those down and I have these two right now. And when you want something specific, that's where the Guardian tokens are going to come into play. So make sure you hold on to those and check out the different tombs, because each tomb rewards different things for you. And that's going to make it at least a little bit more guaranteed. But once that GM3 level is when you're going to really start to specify and try to specialize. And that's where, at that time, that's when you're looking at the different, your abilities, your inscriptions. Those numbers on the inscriptions are what you're going to actually be chasing once you kind of have your build, because those are the roles that are so absolutely desirable, because that's going to feed you the best life and the best damage. In fact, that's actually the two things you want to prioritize when building your javelins, at least first and foremost, is namely your survivability and then your damage output. And then from there, you want to start looking at collecting harvesting bonuses. This is going to allow you to stock up on materials. And now that materials actually have a really good value in turning them into legendaries, having yourself a harvesting kind of build will ultimately, I think, help you out in the long run. But I wouldn't be doing that necessarily when you're trying to obviously go into GM3. There you want your damage and your survivability, and then outwards when you're doing kind of just generally flying around, farming, contracts and things like that, you can look and see what you can boost up for harvesting bonuses. Hopefully soon we'll be getting a stat screen in the game itself so you can see all your stat bonuses, but we'll have to keep waiting and seeing from there. Hopefully this has also been a help for anybody who has any additional questions. Let me know in the comments below. If you're looking for any specific guide when it comes to Anthem and it comes to your javelins, let me know. I'm trying to finish up my Storm, and then I'm going to go back to my Colossus, and I'm going to try to follow my own advice when it comes to playing this game. Like I said, I've in other videos, I'm really enjoying the Icetide season, and I really look forward to hopefully a bright future for Anthem, even though we don't know what that future looks like or when that future might come to pass. But thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Hopefully you're having a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Take care.